You already know what you should do. You know you should wake up earlier. You know you should stop checking your phone at 11 p.m. You know you should write, exercise, call that person back, start that project. You have known these things for months, maybe years, and you still don't do them consistently. This is not a knowledge problem. You do not need more information about how to live better. You need something else. A comedian who built the most consistent career in entertainment history has been reading the same book every morning for decades. He reads it before he writes, before he performs. He has read it in hotel rooms before sold-out shows. He has read it when things were going badly. He has read it when things were going well, which he says is actually when you need it more. The book is 2,000 years old. It was never meant to be published. It was never meant to be read by anyone but the man who wrote it. He wrote it to himself every morning as a kind of discipline, a check. The man who wrote it was the most powerful person on earth. He still couldn't consistently live by what he believed. That failure, and what he did with it. Marcus Aurelius became emperor of Rome at age 40. He did not want the job. His predecessor, Antoninus Pius, had designated him heir, and Marcus had spent most of his adult life studying philosophy, specifically Stoicism, under teachers he genuinely revered. He had no military background. He preferred books to politics. He got the empire anyway, in 61 AD, and he ran it for 19 years. He fought wars on 2 fronts simultaneously. He dealt with a plague that killed 5 million people. He governed 100 million subjects across 3 continents. He was, by most accounts, a good emperor. Fair, diligent, consistent. The ancient sources describe him as a man who exhausted himself in service to his people. He was also, throughout all of it, deeply privately anxious. He worried that power would corrupt him. He worried that he would stop caring. He worried that the daily machinery of empire, the flattery, the ease, the removal from consequences, would slowly make him into someone he would not recognize. So he wrote, every morning. The same concerns, the same instructions to himself. The same philosophy he was constantly failing to practice at the level he believed he should. The Meditations were discovered after his death and published against his intentions. He titled them, to the extent he titled them at all, something like To Himself. They are not a wisdom book. They do not read like one. A wisdom book presents ideas clearly, builds arguments, leads you somewhere. The Meditations are repetitive, circular, and sometimes contradictory. Marcus writes the same things over and over in slightly different words. Be useful. Don't waste time. You will die. The body is nothing. Focus on what you can control. He writes these things dozens of times across 12 books. Scholars used to think this was because he was working things out slowly, refining his ideas over time. But that is not what is happening. He already knew these things. He had known them for 30 years. He was writing them again because he had failed to live by them the day before. The Meditations are not insights, they are corrections. They are the record of a man catching himself, over and over, drifting from what he knew was right, and pulling himself back. This is a completely different book than the one most people think they are reading. Here is what Seinfeld actually said about his writing practice. He used a wall calendar. He put an X on every day he wrote. The goal was not to write brilliantly. The goal was not to break the chain of X's. That was it. The mechanism was the repetition itself, not the quality of any single day's output, the unbroken accumulation of days. He did not know he was describing Marcus Aurelius. He was not trying to. He had simply discovered, through practice, the same thing Marcus had discovered through philosophy, that the gap between knowing and doing does not close through understanding. It closes through repetition. You do not think your way to a better life. You practice your way there. And crucially, you practice on the days you do not feel like it. Marcus writes in Book 2, begin the morning by saying to yourself, I shall meet with the busybody, the ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, unsocial. He is not being pessimistic. He is preloading the day. He is practicing his response before the situation arrives. The technique is identical to Seinfeld sitting down to write before he feels inspired. The preparation is the practice. The chain is the practice. The chain is the method. The first application is the simplest and the one most people skip. Before you engage with the day, write something down. Not goals, not a to-do list, not affirmations. Marcus wrote his actual concerns, his actual temptations, the things he knew would go wrong and how he planned to handle them. He wrote, today someone will lose their temper at me. He wrote, I will be tempted to respond. He wrote what the response should be and why. This is rehearsal for a performance you cannot otherwise prepare for. You cannot practice patience when you are calm. You practice it by deciding, before the provocation arrives, exactly who you intend to be. Seinfeld's version of this is sitting down with the notebook before he feels like writing. The resistance to beginning is the actual obstacle, not the quality of the writing, not the ideas. The obstacle is the moment before you start. Marcus writes this explicitly in Book 5. He describes lying in bed, reluctant to get up, arguing with himself about it. His counter-argument, you were made for work. The ant works. The bee works. Man has a function too. This is not an ancient emperor's sunrise routine. This is a man arguing himself out of bed the same way you do, winning sometimes and losing sometimes, and writing it down either way. This is where the story stops being about Marcus Aurelius and starts being about you. What do you actually write? Marcus never wrote about goals. He wrote about obstacles. Specifically, the things between who he was and who he intended to be. Not what he wanted to achieve, what he kept getting wrong. The distinction matters. A goal is future-facing. An obstacle is present-facing. Marcus could not change the future. He could only change how he responded to what was in front of him today. His philosophy had a name for this. The obstacle is the way. When something external blocks you, the obstacle itself becomes the practice. You do not go around it. You use it. The morning practice was not planning. It was identification. What will block me today? What will I be tempted by? What do I already know I am going to get wrong? And what is the right response? Write those things. Not once, not when you feel inspired. Every morning. The same concerns because the same things keep going wrong. Marcus wrote about his temper across multiple books. He never fully solved it. He kept writing about it. The writing was the practice, not the solution. You are not trying to solve the problem. You are trying to solve the problem. You are trying to stay conscious of it. Here is the part that makes this real instead of inspirational. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man on earth. He commanded the largest army in the ancient world. He had unlimited wealth and absolute authority. He could, with a word, have any person in the empire killed, elevated, or destroyed. And every morning, for 19 years as emperor, he sat down and wrote reminders to himself to be patient, to be grateful, to treat people fairly, to not let pride take over, to remember that he was mortal. You would think that a man who wrote these things every morning for 19 years would have mastered them. He did not. There are accounts from people close to him of his impatience, his lapses, his struggles with exactly the virtues he preached. The meditations themselves are the evidence. If he had solved the problem, he would have stopped writing about it. He never stopped. This is not a failure. This is the most important thing. The practice was not supposed to make the problem go away. The practice was the way of staying honest about the gap. The writing was an act of accountability to himself. He was the judge, the defendant, and the record keeper. Most people never achieve any of those three things seriously. He maintained all three simultaneously for 19 years. You knew what you should do before you watched this video. That knowledge is not the problem, and it never was. Seinfeld has given more than 100,000 performances over 50 years. He is not consistent because he is more talented than other comedians. He is consistent because he found a method that does not depend on motivation or inspiration. He sits down, he puts an X on the calendar, he closes the chain. Marcus Aurelius was not a better person than you because he understood philosophy. He was more consistent than most people. He had a daily practice that kept him honest about the gap between knowing and living. That practice did not require willpower. It required a journal and honesty. You already know the specific thing you keep failing at. Not the vague category, the specific version. The exact failure you have made before and will make again if nothing changes. Write that down tomorrow morning. Not how to fix it, not your goals. Write the failure and what you intend to do differently today. Do it again the next morning. Do not break the chain. Marcus wrote in the Meditations, "Perfection of character is this, to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense." He wrote that in 70 AD. He was still failing to do it consistently in 80 AD when he died. He never stopped trying. That is the whole philosophy.